Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. What day is it? It is Saturday, July 3rd, 3:27 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. 327, a remarkably fantastic and famous Chevrolet small block engine back in the 70s. It's a good number. Anyway, we'll take that as a good omen. Looking at Bitcoin this morning, this is interesting. So, here we go. As you can see in the chart right here, this kind of tells you a lot. On the short time frame, 24 hour, no, on the short time frame, 45-minute time frame, you can see a strong spike in volume here, and we broke the total moving average, and we got through that in one candle, so we got ourselves a little blue diamond merit badge, and now we're continuing sideways with a slight upwards trend, so this is nice. DI is in the green, ADX is rising. It's kind of low at about 12 right now. It needs to get to around 20 to really be healthy, but it looks like it will pretty darn soon. Squeeze indicator is good. KRI is in the green. Stochastic RSI shows um, overbought and it's beginning to cross negative, so there you go. And also the lazy bear indicator, it shows pretty much overbought territory also, but well, what else would you expect? I mean, this is a lot of volume that cranked in here, and boom. Nice thing is here you have a little green diamond. Shows that the Madrid ribbons have all switched green, so this is wonderful. And if you look at it, we've kind of now in retrospect you can see, we were getting lower lows, and of course along lower lows, we were getting higher highs. You can see here too. So boom, this makes sense. This is good. So boom, it's a nice early morning on Saturday for Bitcoin. I notice it's around these hours, around like 3 o'clock, 3:30, 4 o'clock a.m. here in the Arizona desert, so Pacific Standard Time right now, that we see these moves. So overall, Bitcoin is maybe moving into the weekend very, very, very positive. We're at 36,000. We are at 34,623 right now. Let's look at other stuff too. Of course, BitcoinToLeave.com got more for you there. Uh, uh, Crypto Love just put out another video this morning, and it's really good. Just getting into some of the positive stuff we can see for alts and especially Bitcoin. Worthwhile checking out. I will link to it. If not, just watch his next video if you watched his yesterday. Just thought I'd throw out some news. The world is always getting a little bit crazy when you see news like this. Pennsylvania Democrats to propose bullet tax and encoded rounds to track ammo owners. They always pull this nonsense when the world is crazy and they see an opportunity. This is pure, Bolshevik awfulness. Also, look at this: police target Americans for their ideological beliefs. Under new stuff they got going on now in legislation, what does it mean for Americans? It means that the feds can target individuals for expressing anti-government sentiments. Anyways, it's over at Zero Hedge. If you read this, it is absolutely, purely terrifying. This is Stasi crap. Then of course you got this nonsense here, which I know if you're not really a gun person, this doesn't mean a thing to you. But if you are a Second Amendment enthusiast, you also like the first and second and fourth or fifth, even if you like any of the basically amendments in the Bill of Rights. This is absolutely horrible. And in the I'm just going to call them the neo Bolsheviks do pull this crap once in a while. And why I'm just noting this, it always means that we're at a time of instability where they think they can push insane shit. So why are they doing this? And also look at this. Watch out for the new legislation that's coming out. I'm not saying that you have anything to worry about. I'm just saying that we all have something to worry about when you look at crap like this. Anyway, so the government is completely turned on the people, wants to disarm us and put us in gulags. Well, what's new? It's just a recent push that is somewhat alarming. Okay, with that said, in the crypto bubble universe, it's a green day, and that's really, really wonderful. In the crypto square universe over at Coin360, it's beautiful. Bitcoin up 5% last 24 hours. Ethereum up 9% last 24 hours. This is a beautiful, beautiful push. Many alts up more than that. Nice to see Matic back in the game, up 8%. Doge up 3.7%. XRP up 6.4%. ADA, massive move up 10%. Love seeing this. So anyway, we definitely have a nice green day in the market. But do note this. I'm going to refresh this one more time. Overall, last 24 hours, the volume has been absolutely nothing as far as spot trading on Binance. Now we can see on this graph here. I wish I could drill down on this a little bit more granularly, but basically this volume is coming from literally the last hour, probably or two. So we've been negative on volume, and we're still negative on volume. We have a recent pump in volume. Let's see if that continues. This is definitely abrupt pump in volume that we're seeing on spot. You can see the little, if you can see the graph for the 7 days, you can see this is a recent pump in volume. And I was watching this earlier. I mean, literally, it's been in the red since at least yesterday or the day before. I forget. But anyway, like I say, this is still negative volume over the last 24 hours, even though we have a recent serious pump in volume. Still, it is what it is. Be watchful and watch out for this. This is insane. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly, 2.9 billion. Are you kidding? 1.8 billion of that on Binance. Nobody else even has half a billion in trading volume. So we're seeing this massive spike, and we're seeing an uptick in volume because there kind of has to be. But where exactly is that coming from? If I look here, now these could be lagging, because this is very new, this recent spike in volume. And you can kind of see it here on the 7-day graph. You can see a little spurt right there of volume. But still, all the exchanges are in the red as far as, negative volume declining volume last 24 hours. And like I say, Bitcoin trading volume explicitly just ain't there. So this very well could be, especially looking at the Bitcoin trading volume, this very well is not retail volume. So once again, the whales are doing something this morning. Okay, looking at longs versus shorts on Binance for Bitcoin, 58% long, 41% short. Okay, that's kind of a slightly long sentiment. For Ethereum, 58% long, 41% short. So in general, indifferent, slightly long sentiment. So anyway, Binance for Bitcoin and Ethereum, I would say they hardly have a long sentiment, but it's there. All right, range last 24 hours, 32,891 to 34,746. Pretty rocking. How many gold coins will a Bitcoin get you? 19.37. Gold and silver today so far, having a beautiful day. Up top here is gold, on the bottom is silver. Boom. That silver move I know is making a lot of people who are always trading in silver super, super happy. I know that. Market ain't open. Or is it for DXY right now? Dollar strength index that's showing today. So anyway, that makes sense. Dollar strength index this morning taking a dive on the daily chart. So is the TNX, the 10-year Treasury yield bond. Anyway, that makes sense. You got the fiat currency dumping, and you got gold and silver making a strong move up. And as we already saw earlier, you got Bitcoin making a strong move up. So let's see what's going on. We'll just continue through all this real quick. Notice this. On the 4-hour chart, we're back above the 21 EMA. I like seeing that. Probably going to challenge the 4-hour 200 moving average if we keep this up. I like seeing that. Notice this while we're making a strong move up. No shorts rocking to counter it, and longs not really taking off either. That's just looking at Bitfinex. Also, once again, you can see we're getting this here on this 2-hour chart, which shows it very well. The shorts are below the price action here. That's nice to see. Longs are above it. That is nice to see. So we're getting a strong move up, and as we can see right here with the white line there, that is the shorts. And basically here on the 2-hour chart, we're not seeing an uptick in shorts to counter this. Let's look at the 15-minute chart here. Oh, look at that. On the 15-minute chart, you can really see it. Check this out. The shorts started to dump quickly. The shorts are dumping very quickly, and look at that. Boom, price action is just taken off like crazy. So that probably explains what's going on. I would say shorts dumping off, price action going up. So now I think we figured out probably why this is happening. Shorts just suddenly took a dive. On the daily chart, which is very, very nice here, you can see that we're taking a bounce off the 314 moving average. We're getting above that fib line, which is right around 34,272 as I have drawn it. And we're probably going to challenge that 21 EMA if we keep moving up. On the daily chart, the MACD is still positive, and now it has started to trend towards the histogram is widening towards the positive direction even further. That's nice to see. That always creates, to me, a nice upwards momentum for Bitcoin. 45-minute chart once again. A strong and sudden break above the 200 moving average. I like seeing that. Always powerful. You can see this big spike in volume. Question is, where is it coming from? Probably not retail traders, since we're not seeing that volume. Anyway, I'll take it. Good to go. Note this. I mean, we've been in this range now for like 44 days, between 30 and 40K. So I love this upwards momentum, but do note it's happened many, many times in the past, all the way to the top of the channel. We'll see how this goes. I like seeing it. Just like I say, I myself am. I do have buys at like 31 and 32,000. They are very slight, but I like picking up some of these gains when it dumps to the bottom. And if it begins to range even lower, I'm happy buying Bitcoin at that price. My big hedge back in is around 41, 42K. When we break out of this trend and see a confirmed uptrend, and we're sure the bears the whales really have let Bitcoin go. But do note when that happens, it will probably move incredibly fast to the next all-time highs. So make sure you got a plan, and if you got that money on the side waiting to get in, make sure it's where you can purchase quickly, or move to where you can purchase quickly. Have a plan for dump, sideways, and moonshot. With that said, as always, not financial advice, entertainment purposes only. All right, the 4-hour chart, you can see where Bitcoin was hanging out, where it does have support and resistance previously. As I do the fib line here, we were going between the 618 and the .5 fib line. Makes sense. We just broke above the 382. So on the 4-hour chart, this is very, very powerful. I'm definitely watching for a break above the 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, which would be right around 35,600. We've done that recently, but we just couldn't hold it. But do note here, one of the things that I see, which is very, very positive, is really, when the 200 moving average is trending down, and which is this white moving average here, when it's trending down and you cross it, it's really hard to keep that upwards momentum, But as you can see here, we're starting to get, maybe it's sideways, maybe even a little bit of an upwards move. Really, when the 200 moving average is sideways, or with a slight uptrend and you break through it, that's when you're more likely to stay there. So this 4-hour chart's looking really, really helpful. And I will definitely be watching Bitcoin very, very closely to see if we break this 200 moving average in the 4-hour chart. Because if we do, and we can hold it and find support above there for 12 to 48 hours, then definitely we might be heading back towards above this range that we've been kept in. But do note, it has happened before. We've broken above the 200 moving average for the 4-hour chart, but note also we were downtrending with the 200 moving average quite abruptly, and boom. So this might be the point where we actually break a sideways or slightly uptrending 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart, and that's, well, in my opinion, quite a Lambo indicator. Directional index is in the green. ADX is way too low. Squeeze indicator showing a promise of continued upwards momentum. KRI is in the green. Stochastic RSI is in a good buy zone. Wave trend oscillator is saying, yeah, goodbye. All right. ETH versus USDT on the 45-minute chart, kind of doing a Bitcoin's thing. What I like about this chart here for ETH USDT is that it only bounced off the 200 moving average recently on like the 1st and 2nd of July, and now it's moving up and been moving up, and its indicators are very, very strong here. Stochastic RSI and Lazy Bear wave trend oscillator on the 45-minute chart do show slight overbought conditions, but the squeeze indicator is showing powerful upwards momentum, and the directional index is showing boom. So we might get a sideways or a cool off for Ethereum right now, but if you're an Ethereum person, Ethereum versus USDT, it's definitely going to go up if Bitcoin continues to also, and it may outperform it percent-wise. HBAR USDT, this is a typical alt that's doing well. I like this. It's staying above the 200 moving average recently, while Bitcoin kind of has been faltering there. Look at this beautiful channel that it's got going on. Could we see a move back to the top of this channel again if Bitcoin stays healthy? Well, could be. Alt trades are always risky, but HBAR is one that I'm watching versus USDT. Dogecoin, this is making people joyous. I do know very much so. It was ranging between the 314 and the 200 moving average. You could not hold it. When below the 314 moving average, it was getting new lower lows. That's kind of nice to see. And come to think of it, really, if you just look at sorry, the thing's not working. Anyway, if you just look here, this one kind of blew it, but here you can kind of say you're getting higher highs. So anyway, Doge has been working on a recovery, but it really wasn't looking very good. And now we're getting some Squeeze indicator firing off. Directional index is in the green. ADX is kind of low. We see a lot of overbought right now with the stochastic RSI and wave trend oscillator. Lazy Bear wave trend oscillator. It's over at Bitcoin Daily View. You can find the wave trend oscillator. It's free over at TradingView. A link to it there. So we've crossed the 314 moving average. We'll see if we find support there, but if we can push above the 200 moving average, we might see some real upwards momentum for Doge versus USDT. That's one that I will be watching because, I mean, it's 25 cents right now. And, I mean, in my opinion, given unless there's some weird disaster, we will see it back to it. We'll see it get to $1 most likely. I mean, everybody loves it. It's kind of like the plan. So with that said, SHIB versus USDT. I love that it bounced off the 200 moving average recently, and it's just been moving up ever since. It's pumping with Bitcoin. Its indicators are looking really wonderful. A bit overbought, but that's just fine. So let's just kind of recap super quickly. I do not want to belabor things. I want to try to move these along as quickly as I can. I think here on the 15-minute chart, we're seeing the reason for this pump. And that is shorts declined drastically. I mean, really drastically. And when that happened, of course, now Bitcoin's price action is pumping. The only issue I have, and we will refresh these once again, is spot trading volume is potty on Binance. Although we can see here in the 7-day graph, even though this is very unscientific, you can see a little spurt of action just recently, and the volume last 24 hours on most exchanges has been declining. So this is definitely a bit unprecedented for this pump, but I mean, whales can do whatever they want. We look at Bitcoin trading volume explicitly. 2.9 billion? Are you kidding? 1.8 billion of that on Binance. There is no retail volume, in my opinion, with the measurements that I am looking at, that I have access to, and I'm always willing to, check out more measurements. So always feel free to, comment or ping me, directly in other ways. That I'm always looking for other hooks to look at, to figure out what's going on with Bitcoin. But like I say, beautiful, powerful volume coming in, but this does not look like retail volume to me. And even though this is a glorious thing to see, I hope your alt trades explode in green. I hope if you're in Bitcoin and we're hedging in, you're buying low, that I hope you're back in the green right now. Not financial advice, but set a stop, and stay in that green if you want it, because we are still very, very volatile. We're still between 30 and 40K. That has not changed. This is a glorious morning. It looks like the shorts trailed off really, really abruptly. Just to recap, the shorts have trailed off quite abruptly, allowing the price action to move upwards, but this does not look to me like retail buying pressure that's actually causing this upwards trend. So very, very likely whale games this morning, unless an incredible slight amount of retail trading volume can push the price this much, and I'm not seeing it happen. So anyway, do your own investigation, comment, let me know what you think. I'm doing this video very early, 3:45 a.m. here in the Arizona desert, because sleep is for poor people. Traders don't sleep. It's an offense to us. And with that said, world's fastest growing crypto app. Hey, hop on crypto.com. I love it. I use it. It's the best crypto to debit card there is, and also it's got interest bearing, like BlockFi and Celsius and such. I love it. It's wonderful. It helps me out. I only endorse it because I have a slight little affiliate link going on, and I think it's wonderful. If you got Bitcoin, if you're a crypto person, it will improve your life. Not financial advice, nor my life coach. I'm just saying it's a valuable thing to have, even if you don't really use it. Also, Celsius Wallet, if you want to make mad insane interest on your crypto and stable coins. Hey, if you're hodling, for heaven's sakes, why not hodl with interest? People I know who are really into gold are kind of doing PAX-G these days, a gold-based stable coin, and they're going into that, and they're putting it in Celsius Wallet. So while they're hedging into gold a little bit, while they have their gold stash, it's making interest. So how can you really beat that? Anyway, with that said, I'll let you guys go. I'll be back on later on this morning if things continue moving in an interesting direction. This is BitcoinDailyView.com. Always got more for you there. Go check it out. Definitely, I would say Crypto Love's video recently is so worth a watch. And with that said, remember, every Bitcoin Satoshi you own makes a piece of shit globalist. You'll own nothing and like it banker, ugh, awful human beings, this great evil that's befalling the planet right now, that the peaceful revolution is pushing against. And I think crypto, I think Bitcoin explicitly it truly is the peaceful revolution. I think we have great evil moving on this planet right now, trying to do hideous things. The globalists are making their moves. Well, so is the spirit of humanity. And if you're into Bitcoin, it matters. So once again, remember, every Bitcoin Satoshi you own is a revolution in itself and makes a piece of shit globalist banker. The people who funded the Georgia Guidestones and put it right in our face what they want to do, cry.